Alrighty. It is time to do a little bit of MSQ. I believe we're about to meet us some Scions. I like how this guy had no line is down. Oh, here we are. Ah, the Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Uldoc will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good news tidings with Papashan next time I see him. As for you, want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive in one piece. No! Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine! You stole from me! Don't even think to deny it! Please, sir. I didn't steal nothing. I bought this. Paid for it with me own coin. What rot! You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much more unless a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you to serve me in whatever capacity required, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 as me witness. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg of you. I swear on me mother's grave I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. And who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master? I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot, teach him a lesson. I'll take care of this. The rest of you can watch. Not bad for an adventure. Oh, should have stumped this up the hill. Love those trumpet trills. Bugger! 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 I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, Cat Adventure. Thank you thrice over. I swear there are more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of the hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support the communities. Residents found the lands that had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes. And problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they may try to make the best of it, it's only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Isn't this the same thing happening in other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes to them, truly does. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't apprehensive. Hope their presence doesn't form lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take for the worst, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass plates will welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Galilean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff. It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to coin. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some were able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins! Get your Dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Danaland. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you see no end of misery and suffering. Sir, are you alright? What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave that poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? We'll overlook this, but just this once. God bless ye, adventurer. If he hadn't come along when he did, who knows what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. All's well that ends well. We meet again. Pray do not mistake my content, for it is always honorable. But I've been watching you ever since you departed Ul'dah. You played the part of envoy to perfection, competent to as a man on a diplomatic mission should be, yet unfailing and courteous to your betters. And when your travels led you to the midst of danger, you faced it without so much as a flinch. You, my friend, are quite a marvel, and I confess to being somewhat in awe of you. Ah, but my lavish praise continues. Most of all, I was struck by your readiness to aid those in need, even when words were all the reward you could expect to receive. Such selflessness is a rare thing in this day and age. All of which leads me to conclude that you are indeed the one whom I've been looking for, an adventurer possessed of a very rare set of qualities. To be sure, your rescue of that damsel in distress is more than a happy accident. The rescue you did, and that's what matters in the end. I should mention at this point that I also harbor a burning interest in a certain talent of yours. I speak of your visions. You have been experiencing visions, have you not? Well, it just so happens I know a woman who shares your talent, and can help you understand it. She and I belong to the same organization, and we should both be delighted beyond words if you would agree to join our cause. Naturally, there are benefits to being part of such a collective. For one, we should be glad to assist you in realizing your potential as a venturer. You need not give me your answer now. Think upon it, and if you feel moved to help us, I pray you shall. Speak with Momodi, the ever-lovely and youthful mistress of the quicksand. Tell her the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have found their man, and she will tell you where to find us. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze and eat, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing the gentleman's woes with the woman folk come from time to time. I'm Kip. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage event. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. Look at you. No one would ever guess you've been hard at it with giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment he'd succeed, and of course, and neither did Papashan, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. Oh, before I forgot, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Thank you for sparing time. I realize you don't know me, but it's been a long to speak with you for a while now. My name's Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though not a very good being one, truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania, and when... I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you were, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and he swore that he'd be like you one day. I believe that you would have succeeded. I had a fiend not robbed him of a chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventure. But when I think of the man you are, of what you've achieved, I feel that I'm inspired, just as Aver once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. Amkip Wall. I shan't forget. Thank you, Amkip. I pray that we meet again. Very well. Adventuring can be a cruel, bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't know what ought to do with you lot. I thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. Against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Amkip. What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. Listen, Amkip, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know how well capable you are, but even you would be thinking twice about attempting one of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise. I swear, if I painted certain death on the door and limitless wealth on the other, 9 out of 10 adventurers will go through the first, and one other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being a Gul'dan. Well, anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who made their mission to solve some of Area's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Amkip. Now, at the given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorze's enemies would very much like to know. Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay out in western Denali. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give your name to whoever is at the entrance and you'll be let in. You have managed to man, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget your old friend Momodi. Drop it in and tell me how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right. Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. I am not going to use the ticket. Oh, wait. I don't have the tickets to use yet. But I'm going to not use them very often. Oh, hey, I'll let you take care of this. Neat. Did I take care of it? No, wait, somewhere. You there, yes, you! The decisively unfashionable adventurer. Gods are good, never in my life have I seen such unapologetic focus on function and extreme cost of form. The mere sight of you fair makes my eyes bleed. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged through the use of color. I will teach you how to go dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. Heat is giving me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Be a dear and buy me an orange juice at the stall of the northern gates, would you? Once I've moistened my throat, we shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. She's one to speak. Oh dear, dear, dear. This will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? My dear, if only you'd spend a thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during the scuffle because there's little else going for it. That's it, I made up my mind. From this day forth, I shall take care of myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let's see. So much that needs to be addressed. Where to begin? Be dear and give me another drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this might be a way to discuss a glass over something cold. Let's go to the piss pieced. I'm sure there's a pun being here, but I'm not entirely sure how. Is that pieced? Just go over the pissed pieced and ask for Folklind. I'll have some blood orange juice and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now, get. Oh, swear God, sent you, did she? I've never known anyone so lazy. Would you kill her to come and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push around, you know. Give her an ilm, she'll take a maul. Pray tell, have you brought me my orange juice? I say I've forgotten. The merchant who sells it can be found just outside the northern gates. Oh, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folk to dye their outfits in veritable rainbow colors. These colors are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. If you worry about dyeing to reflect your garment's precious properties, maybe they will not. The practicality of adventurers that love so much will not suffer from the changing appearance. A change for the better. She's also glad to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there's no fear in getting locked into one color. Garish peak that seems like such a wonderful idea, but a couple of glasses of red can be undone. And that's all you need about dyeing gear. Now, what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color into your life. Alright, so how's that blood orange coming along? Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive taste, but life's too short to be settled for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe, too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, can we get started? Do you know, dear, that you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours? What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project the image from one item to another. Just an illusion mind, but very convincing. This means the original object stays essentially the same. It just takes on a new appearance, that's all. Remember, if you fancy to change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another on top, or use glamour dispeller. Use a glamour dispeller to resume the object to normal. My sacrifice style for the humdrum trifles of durability or protection from bodily harm. Limitless possibilities for self-expression are just a couple glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try. And do make it quick, dear, for my sake. I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. Now, we want to start storing things. Oh, wait. We're gonna make it clear out this hunt log. Dot to do too. Take care of that. Oh, right. Okay, there we go. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst for you. Ah! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised this is private property. Unless you have permanent business here, I must ask you to... You're the behest of Thancred. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? And keep wall. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is waiting within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Well, my intention was to kind of hum the melody, one of the melodies from Endwalker, except I actually have lyrics that can make kind of threw that off. I take it you're Ankip Wall. Tataru sent word that you'd arrived. Lady Midville has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minthelia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time.
Feels like later expansions did the lip syncing a little bit better.
First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power. And this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it?
That feels like a loaded, self-fulfilling question.
And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady? Thank you, Tataru. Pleasure's mine, my lady. By way of welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty to adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult with retainer Rokate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that the retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all on our part to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us in the fullest extent of your talents. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it's important that all concerned are aware that it is expected of them. Now that you know our purpose and what we can offer you, I invite you to consider joining us. When you have to come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separate entities. The first was comprised of the Charlian natives, such as myself, and was called the Circle of Knowing. The second, made up of individuals that share your rare gift, was known as the Path of the 12. The terrible events that ushered in the Seventh Umbral era taught us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. Summoning a primal is no small feat. It requires tremendous concentration of ether, which is why the beast tribes go to such great lengths to obtain crystals. Once they manifest in physical form, their unquenchable thirst for ether only grows stronger. They would drink the land dry with nary a thought to the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it could well be within their ability to do so. It is for this reason we must do our utmost to oppose them. This place is called the Waking Sands, and it is our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but when a bunch of things happened, we ended up here instead. While there are others who possess the echo, none of them are as strong as you with the power. Hence our extremely high expectations of you. 7 waning moons see 7 suns rise. Divine order royals, fallen corpses writhe. Thus the divine chronicles seek to warn us once more. The meaning of these words now shines clear. They evoke the dire circumstances of this imperiled age. The realm doth shudder and twist, and the dawn lieth cowering neath the stifling blanket of night. And we abide. We await the coming of the unborn era seed, the light which shall pierce the glowering darkness. We Scions have but one objective: to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, know what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Amkin. I will go whither the wild rose blooms.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome!
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
This is probably the best voice actor. This and one of my Melweb's voice actors are probably the best in this. Oh no, then Gaius was good too.
The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, The evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate crystal robbery and the spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe are to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is likely any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now then, since the attack on the caravan, our friends at the Amagina and Sons mineral concern have doubly security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. According to their preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of the Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Through this first mission, you will come to understand the nature of the struggle of the primals. Rome may appear to well on its way to recovery, but reality paints a far bleaker picture. The truth is out there, Amkip, and I would have you discover it for yourself. That's right, that doesn't go anywhere. I wonder if... There's still Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separating entities. She already said that. Oh, hey! I say those who have seen the dream are chosen, that would they have within us the seeds of greatness, that we could be heroes. Even me, an Alamegan half-breed, cast out when his mother could no longer stand the sight of him. A half-breed who once took the bandaging just to eat. I'm sure I'm just brimming with heroic potential. Let's see. Hi, I'm Isambard. Yeah, here to search for the missing folk tank. Take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. Just to warn us to be wary of the Emolja. Seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title of this camp, but the people here have come to look at me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Let's get right to it then. Minfilia names the Emolja culprits in all this. It would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied in these lands by Emolja hands. The flames burn where they might. The light cannot stay the darkness in all the places at all times. There have been brutal murders in the colors of the church at St. Adama and Landama. Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects for the dead. poor souls deserve a proper burial. I will see the deed before the Mongols catch the scent. I know not if the Malja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? We'll find them at the eastern road. God willing, maybe we may even come to learn something of the Malja seek in the area. I either have a bag of holding or telekinetic abilities. Because just carrying one corpse would be heavy enough. It's good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You've done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now, then what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such a massive monstrosity as they cannot conceal the presence. Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal the presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. Feared as much. The part of the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed. Since there's more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. Would not surprise me to at least learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Reborn every day. And even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishes? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves, and maybe among them we can find the reasons for these vanishes, to all forbid it to be so. There's a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Dragon and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people better than anyone else. Wager he's at the end quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. No, well, gods be damned. You're the bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the seventh hells do you want to do with me? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here are as where as they come. They'll turn tail and run and see so much past wind nearby. Play them all for fools and coax some hard labor out of them I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before, what with their disappearances. You can go talk to them if you want, yourself if you don't believe me. Malja worship Refrit. foul being they proclaim to be the Lord of Inferno. They say whoever looks upon him must choose one of two fates, to follow him for life or be burned to ash. Not much of a choice if you ask me. Please, sir, just leave me be. Calamity was man's doing. 'Twas our sins what brought the judgment and wrath of Azema. Repent, and thou shalt be showered with the warden's light. Wait, aren't you? Never mind, carry on. I have nothing to say but this. Thou'll take who or whatever's been feeding feeding off us low folk. What do you want from me? I don't know anything. I swear. Please don't kill me. Swearing hell and friends with that are a little bit too prescient. But they'll never realize it. Aldenson actually gave it a very good clue. And we need chat bubbles. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been a lot of talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. I wish I could have done like a bit of a drunken walk-off. Back any learn odd of importance. Let me see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Memphis. Well, another thought to me occurred in your absence. Common folk are nothing if not fervent in the religious belief. Perhaps if you speak freely to their gods, then the clergy might know something of use. If we know what the common folk speak to the gods, we've no better place than to ask at the Church of Saint Adama La Dama. It's a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you're headed there, I'd ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse. Morbid request I grant you, but must be borne to the burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. See a man named Marcus. He tends to the grave of the alleged yard. He'll tell you where the body is to be interred. That would be accurate. I wish I had that mount on my main. I just didn't grind enough golden saucer points. I am Marcus. Yes, a body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave at the top of the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Rest in peace, dear uncle. Technically a cousin thrice removed, but who's counting? We're too busy dividing up that estate of yours. Ever has man sought to better his life, all too often at the expense of his brother. That desire and hope might can beget suffering, and death is a regrettable yet undeniable truth. Though I am not qualified to assist in these rites. I offer whatever assistance I can to the priests. Sometimes I'm just wondering if I'm getting in the way, though. Let's see here. There we are. That would have taken a hot minute, in reality. I'm not qualified to do jumping puzzles. And fail. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I am afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orison can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Orison within the church walls. It's all wrong. I should have. My little sister's was the only family I had left. Till the flux up and took her too. 'Tweren't easy, but I brung her all the way here. Now all that's left is to put her in the rest proper like she deserves. So many tragedies have befallen us in recent years. The calamity, the primals. Alas, it is only within our power to shepherd the souls of the fallen and pray that they find some peace in Thal's soil. I hear you have done us a service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of the death of missing dry bones inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any of the order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to the keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marcus was more helpful in the matter. Pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems now to prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marcus and soon. I'm not sure Thancred was really offended. Please extend my gratitude to Isambard on behalf of our order. Thank you, Anakin. Burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. We were able to learn odd about the missing colony. You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Anakin? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I, too, spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth in the notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in the service of the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Orison herself? Orison! She couldn't. She wouldn't! Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you'd be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marquez. I'd swear to the 12. I'd seen that face elsewhere before. Where'd they go? Stars. Copy. Though she is wont to travel to the Garden Bazaar on her own, it's not common to see her speaking to the children, but no. It could not be she, could it? These suspicions. I know there is one child in particular who she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Amkip, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orison's activities. Let's go up there. No, I don't think. Place up! Sister Orison went out on her own and she has come back. She always reads to me right here about thawing the order into the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing. She went looking for it. But with the monsters outside heard her. Please find her. You are from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. Seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child. Yes, I was able to find his lost trinket. It's a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. It will see it safely back to him. I'm just gonna port. Sister yours. Rosan was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar? Gods prevent. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching me mementos of orphans, and resting her own well-being in the doing of the bloodlust? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I'm well glad I reserved that room for Sister Orson. It seems that she received greater injuries from her attackers than she had initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But now to the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he'll be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray to you that the two of you are able to recover some evidence regarding these disappearances. There you are, kid. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about the good Sister Orson. Isambard said her wounds were serious. Seems my suspicion about the poor Rose were misplaced. False though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. While following Sister Orson near the Golden Bazaar, that of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this campaign. track them as far as this thing can. But, well, let us just say, I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you to do it. Would you be so kind as to take a look around inside? Thanks, Thancred. That's been wow. I would have aggroed all three of them just by proximity. Really annoying. Also, to be fair, would have happened to the fringes as well. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? This leaflet. See the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. Looks like to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nalthal seem somewhat less than studied. Find out how to believe anyone among the order penned this. Pray take this to the camp Camp Tribune. Let's see what Sister Orson makes of it. Sister Orson makes of this leaflet. Let's see if it comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? What is this? Blasphemous! These are not our teachings at all. This is not made of any true or rather sister of the order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? Do such a thing. Plot thickens it. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lead credence to this deception. There is no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how to best handle this. For now, tell us what we have learned here. Posing as a priest, what do you think? these troubling notions aside, it's gratifying to think we finally will be able to move to this investigation forward. Thank you again, Eric. I should keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. Unless we can identify the culprit, soon more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets and bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let NQP and serve like with by posing in impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so as long as you don't mind the smells and stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, so as to lay the foundation of our little boy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived in the camp and we're desperate for a coin. To this end, I want you to don the garments that Ensign Bard has lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. I want you to don all the garments in Mr. Wonderlanders and beg for work around the camp. So long the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Kiss me space the tunic and slops, and you only ask Ensign Bard for another cent. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of it. Motor flames have neither work nor coin for you. They're like, be gone and don't see to it that you don't make a nuisance of yourself. About to get you to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. I appreciate the teachings of Azema, the warden. I still come to partake of the honey of her wisdom. Azema is the keeper of the sun goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine confidence. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. So, I think there's one upstairs. Yes. What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by the muddy pond of yours at Drybow? Greetings, good sir. Is there aught Miss might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Maybe you should rejoin your fellows out of the pond north of Sandgate. You have got the knack of being a nuisance, Gib. Camp is buzz with the talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn the poor have a commune by the pond north of the Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather appeal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let's go out there and wait for the other kindly priests to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. fine evening before catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor, unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child. I mean you no harm. I am the priest of the Order of Nald Thal. I come to offer you something. This leaflet bears the teaching of Nald. Trust to them and they will surely set you free in the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of your atrocious performance, you would have made a god-awful mummer, August. But, how did you know? You bastards tricked me. But please don't hurt me. I was only doing to protect my people. And is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there if not born. Some months ago the Amaljas raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant is all I knew, so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return to sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from their Nawana mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to take me the information. Next, they wanted me to make people. So I posed as a priest to lure the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you're not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak! The money was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said! I could sell bone meat for a score of lifetimes and not see a fraction of what the Amalja paid me. You sacrificed the innocent so you could line your own pockets. Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess of the words in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Ah, not you again. Were you the one leaking the mortal's flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing of that, I swear it. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe it ought to leave your mouth, but no matter, they'll be time enough to learn the truth. Ugh. Enke, be a good man and take the word of these developments in Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still out there somewhere. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Still gonna hold on to my tickets. Welcome back, Ampkeep. I'm pleased that you and Thancred are beginning along. I see. You've done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Almalja will know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the problem, we need to be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mudamix Bubblypots, and he's a scholar of no small repute. Mudamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of his method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mudamix and his secrets, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of the realm. It should serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take to Mudamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mudamix is ever to be found in his camp in Central Fenland, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. I'm going to use that as a breakpoint. So, with that, I'll see you next time. Next recording or stream will be on Scientia, going through Comfort Bell Mines. That'll be the short one. And then after that will be Rathema tanking through Tamtar Deep Croft.